I'm back. Many people ask me what my life as a pilot actually looks like, especially when it comes to off days and airline rosters. So, here we go. Before we can discuss the different types of rosters, I need to explain a couple of things, right? The roster depends on two things, which is the airline itself and the type of operation. Especially the type of operation can make all the difference. Long-haul pilots have different rosters compared to island hopper pilots into the Maldives, for example. This is due to the nature of the operation, and we can discriminate between a couple of those. First, airline pilots. Second, cargo operation pilots. Third is the business aviation pilots. All of these operations can be either long haul or short haul. Long haul means that pilots fly long distances and stay at their destination for a couple of days before flying back to their home base. These so-called rotations can take from a couple of days on to more than a week. Short haul means pilots fly relatively short distances, and depending on the airline, they can be home every day or have layovers. For example, a charter company or charter airline usually comes with a lot of layovers, although it's a short haul operation. While working for a low-cost airline means that you're usually home every day. There are exceptions, of course. Depending on the airline, pilots have different terms and conditions when it comes to rosters and off days. At my previous company, I had a fixed 5 days on and 4 days off roster. And because of that, my schedule was known months and even years in advance. Every week I had the same flights, so I basically knew what was going to happen and where I would end up at the end of the day, which was at my home base. In an operation with standard line flights, there are no layovers, only in rare occasions. This stable roster is great for pilots with a family, since you're at home every day. A disadvantage could be the lack of excitement, because the destinations are the same and the daily operation is quite standard. Regarding off days, with my contract at that time, I had 1 mandatory unpaid month off and 10 individual days off as well. At the moment I work for a charter company and the roster is completely different. We operate flights for tour operators, large companies, and perform many other special flights. All of this goes together with layovers and trips within and outside of Europe. In case another airline needs an extra airplane, we fly our airplanes under the call sign of that airline, if you know what I mean. As the flights are not fixed, the roster cannot be fixed either, which requires a lot of flexibility from the pilots and cabin crew. Our off days are fixed, but everything in between can change. That is what I meant with exceptions earlier. So I have 8 days off per month, a couple of extended rest days and some standbys as well. Apart from my days off, I have 1 month paid off per year. In general, charter companies and low-cost airlines fly more during summer than in winter, while most airlines fly throughout the year. This is due to all of the holiday flights during the summer season. The advantage when you work for a charter company is that you have the same salary with a lot of free time during winter by being on standby a lot, like I have right now. The disadvantage could be that you are not gaining a lot of flight hours. In the business aviation, rosters look a bit different. Business jets can be used by owners and fly from the same airport all the time. Basically like an airline, but it can also be used for charter operation with no dedicated base, meaning the airplane can be located anywhere on the planet at any time. If a business jet is stationed at a dedicated airport, the operation becomes similar to an airline. However, rosters are usually based on a certain period of on days followed by a period of off days. When the airplane is not flying, the pilots are usually on a sort of standby. If a business jet is used for charter operation, the pilots usually proceed to their airplane from their home base. They then stay with the airplane for a while, and after a certain period they proceed back to their home base. The rosters are usually something like 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, or 20 days on, 10 days off. Yeah. Depending on these rosters, the holidays can be included in the off days and training might be done during off days as well. When an airplane is in maintenance, the crew is usually sent home so they can enjoy some additional off days. It can happen that the pilot proceeds to the airplane, stays in the hotel for 14 days without flying even 1 leg and proceeds back home again. Business jet pilots fly roughly around 300 to 400 hours a year. and the rosters for cargo pilots vary tremendously, so I won't discuss that in depth. You should go to Captain Joe's channel for that. There's one thing which is the same for a lot of cargo operators. They usually fly during the night and there are no flight attendants on board. Within some companies, working part-time is also an option, which comes with another roster. Amazing how these rosters can vary, right? As you can see, it is different in every company and any type of operation. Every pilot needs to find out his or her preferences when it comes to rosters and operations. But remember, depending on the economy, most pilots at the beginning of their careers have no choice. After these rosters, I would love to hear your preferred type of operation and roster in the comments. So check out my Instagram for daily posts and stories, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Clicking the notification bell will ensure you will never miss out any of my future videos. I hope to see you soon in the next video, guys. Bye bye. Hello, my friends. I am back.